Good morning. I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory, and this is a live look at our camera up on top of Deaconess Gateway Hospital. This is the intersection of I-69 and the Lloyd, but you can't really see the road there this morning because of the fog, and that's been a problem across much of the tri-state. This is a live look at the Twin Bridges. Again, you can't see the bridges. You can just faintly see a truck starting to head onto the highway there, but as it approaches the bridges, it disappears there as fog has been a problem across the tri-state all morning long, but conditions are starting to improve. Earlier this morning, we were seeing visibility of less than a mile in many locations. Now we are still dealing with some pretty dense fog from Huntingburg stretching down into parts of Gibson, Vanderburgh, Warwick, Posey, and Henderson counties there, but much of the tri-state now seeing clearing conditions. They did let that dense fog advisory expire at 7 a.m. So much of the tri-state was under a dense fog advisory. That has been lifted, but the fog is still out there. It will continue to gradually improve as we go through the next couple of hours. And by about 10, maybe 11 a.m. at the latest, the fog should be completely gone. Other than the fog, it's pretty quiet out there this morning. This time yesterday, we were tracking a lot of rain in the tri-state. We got over 2 inches of rain in Evansville yesterday. That rain has since pushed off to the east-southeast, out and away from the tri-state. Now we're watching this next round of rain coming in from the west. So it is dry across our region right now. We may catch an isolated shower or storm at some point in the day, but most of us are going to stay dry until after 3 or maybe even 4 p.m. this afternoon. That's when that next round of rain starts to come in from the southwest, and it looks like this will come in 2 different waves. So we'll see one round of showers and storms pushing in from the southwest late this afternoon into this evening. So for many of you, you may have to deal with some rain on your drive home from work later today. Then that rain becomes a bit more isolated then through the middle of the night tonight, but it ramps right back up then late tonight into early Wednesday morning. So it looks like tomorrow morning we may have another round of widespread showers and even a few thunderstorms. Wednesday morning looks like the best chance of rain, but not the only chance of rain that day. We'll continue to see scattered showers and even a few thunderstorms kind of on and off then through the rest of the day Wednesday and even into Wednesday night. As for the thunderstorm chances, looks like any chance of severe weather is going to stay off to our south-southwest today. There is a level 1 risk that includes just Hopkins and Muhlenberg counties. Most likely any storms we see later this evening would be just run-of-the-mill thunderstorms, but they may have some heavy rain. Tomorrow, most of the tri-state sitting in that level 1 risk for an isolated strong to severe storm. Then by Thursday, a few showers may still be hanging around, but the thunderstorm risk will be coming to an end. I mentioned we got more than 2 inches of rain in Evansville yesterday between the rain we had in the morning and then the additional showers and storms that moved through yesterday evening. We could see another 1 to 2 inches of rain across most of the tri-state tonight into tomorrow. So that is another 1 to 2 inches of rain on top of the couple inches of rain that we have already had, moving in the right direction to at least improve on this drought. It's been dry for a long time. I'm not sure this is going to be enough to truly eliminate the drought, but it's at least not getting any worse, and I think we will see at least some pretty major improvements. As for that thunderstorm risk, it is possible we could see some pockets of heavy rain that could cause isolated and kind of temporary flooding. Just one of those situations where it's raining harder, faster than it can clear off. But once the rain quits, that flooding shouldn't hang around very long. It should really clear out pretty quickly, as there's still plenty of space in the creeks, ditches, and streams for that water to go. It just needs some time to get there. As for damaging winds, I can't rule out an isolated strong to severe storm capable of producing a damaging wind gust, but overall our severe weather threat is very low. This will mainly be rain and a few rumbles of thunder. As for our temperatures, sitting in the upper 60s in most locations right now at 68 in Evansville and Newburgh, 69 in Owensboro and Madisonville. Greenville and Henderson have now hit 70. Those temperatures will keep climbing through the 70s this morning as the fog burns away. It will be mostly cloudy today, but I think we'll get at least a few peaks of sun. That will help our temperatures climb into the low to maybe even mid 80s if we get a little more sunshine. But then that rain moves in later this evening and continues on and off through the night tonight with lows in the upper 60s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy. Again, best chance of rain is in the morning, but scattered showers and storms are possible on and off through the entire day. With the clouds and the rain, tomorrow will also be a little cooler with highs in the mid to upper 70s, and we've got mid to upper 70s in the forecast Thursday as well. Thursday, a few showers may still be hanging around, but in general, we'll see clearing conditions, especially as we get into Thursday afternoon. By Friday, it'll be mostly sunny again, and then if you've got weekend plans, you don't have to worry about the rain. It will be sunny this weekend, and as a result, a little warmer with highs climbing back into the low to mid 80s. Taking a quick check in on the comments. Jeff Miller says the fog has lifted in Savah, so that's good news. Much of the tri-state is dealing with improving conditions right now, but keep in mind for the next hour or maybe even two, some spots are still going to have that fog, so be careful out there. And Laura Gray watching from Dawson Springs. We always appreciate you tuning in, Laura. If you're curious about the extended outlook from September 30th all the way up through October 6th, we do show a trend back toward above average temperatures and near to maybe slightly below average precipitation. So while we are dealing with cooler, wetter weather yesterday and through the next couple of days, notice as we get into the weekend and early next week, it gets sunny. As a result, it also gets a little warmer. Our average highs this time of year are right around 80, so this is trending just a few degrees warmer than normal. And it looks like that warm, dry pattern may stick around through most of next week, which is another reason why I'm not totally convinced we're going to kick this drought. This will bring some temporary relief, but those dry conditions may end up settling right back in. So we'll keep a close eye on that for you. All right, that wraps up your forecast, but don't go anywhere. Casey Mason will be right back with some of your top news headlines.
Local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices. Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14.
All right, good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, September 23rd. I'm Casey Mason. Arden Gregory in here just a few moments ago, getting you caught up to date on our weather headlines. Of course, this morning, the story early today on Sunrise, we were talking a lot about that dense fog advisory that we've had out there. But as Arden said, different parts of the tri-state, of course, that fog should start to burn out as we get more into the day here and the sun starts to come out a little. But as she mentioned, a mix of rain and clouds also throughout the tri-state today. So we'll have more weather updates from Arden joining me at 11 o'clock on 14 News at 11 and then 14 First Alert happening at noon. But for now, we're going to get to the top headlines portion of our streaming show today. Just kind of recapping a couple of headlines from today's show in case you missed them and just kind of meeting you guys where you're at on this stream here today. All right, so the first thing we wanted to update folks on is a developing story. Of course, we are following kind of the aftermath of that PBTT fire that happened over there in Newburgh, and we now know that the Warwick Humane Society officials, they are saying that they are officially back open. You may remember after that fresh gravel there they finally placed at the shelter did have to evacuate its staff and the animals during that chemical fire, like I mentioned at PBTT. Of course, that happened over on Van Road on September 6th, and the animal shelter there, that's actually located right next door to that fire, so they were heavily impacted by this. Of course, they said last week, the executive director did tell us that the EPA cleaned outside trash cans and other hard surfaces, but that toxic ash, though, was still there in the area. They were saying that it still covered the gravel, the grassy areas. Of course, when it comes to our animals, that's where they are walking, their paws, so still kind of a hazardous scene there for them. So now we are happy to report that they have some fresh gravel there in the area, and officials say that they are returning to normal business hours as well. Officials say that the remaining dogs will be coming back to the shelter over the next 2 days or so, and they are excited, of course, to welcome everyone back. Of course, lots of folks stepped up to lend a helping hand. We know some folks that took in some animals, helped to kind of open their homes so that those animals could have a safe place to be during all of this. So again, back open, some good news there. All right, maybe you're heading out the door today. For those of you, I wanted to go over a couple of traffic alerts for you today. The first one's going to be happening over in Hancock area here, Hancock County. So we do, like I said, have a couple of alerts to let you know about here. We're going to start with this one. Yes, in Hancock County, we know that work has started on the westbound lanes of US 60. Now, the impacted area is going to be between KY 1957 and Newgate Lane. So just a heads up here to allow for some extra travel time if you are going to be passing through that area, as officials do say that those lane restrictions and closures are expected. And we do know that officials are telling us the work should be finished. Oops, there we go. Should be finished around October 10th or so. And then also another one we wanted to let you know about here. This is going to be for our drivers over in Madisonville. We know that crews there are going to be closing all four lanes of Center Street for work to the CSX Railroad Bridge. So that's going to be located near the Wendy's there. Officials say it's going to be closed from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. That is going to be starting tomorrow, Wednesday morning, again, 6 a.m., 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. There is going to be a detour in place for drivers, and they told us that drivers will need to use North Main Street, Island Ford Road, and Interstate 69. So just a couple of heads up there for you here today. All right, end with a fun story here in case you're looking for something to do here in the tri-state entertainment-wise. We're going to kind of look ahead here. We have found out today, excited to share this here in case you want to get tickets, that comedian comedian Jeff Dunham is going to be making his return to the Tri-State. Of course, he's been here before. Dunham will be performing again at the Ford Center. That'll be happening February 25th. It's going to be at 7 o'clock, and it's, of course, part of his comedy tour called Artificial Intelligence Tour. Tickets for the show are going to go on sale I think it's the next Monday, September 29th. It's going to start at 10 in the morning. So, again, tickets will be on sale next Monday, the 29th, starting at 10 in the morning. Of course, tickets are also going to be available at the Ford Center box office and Ticketmaster as well. So if you want to go check out that show, that'll do it today for our news portion of our streaming show. As I mentioned, I'll be back joining you on air at 11 o'clock today for 14 News at 11, and then we'll have our hour-long 14 First Alert show. Arden kind of breaking more down in the forecast for you throughout the day and kind of telling you what the rest of your week is going to look like as well. 8:45 here this morning. That'll do it for us. Thank you guys for joining us on today's live stream. We'll be right back here, same time, same place tomorrow. We'll see you then.